Hi dears, hi everyone, welcome to the channel Benidorm by Anna. It's Anna with you here, and today before we start our lovely and very interesting news update and the situation update here in Spain, I want to make a disclaimer. I want to give you some very important information today. I've been thinking for a while now to open a new channel. I did not know what I wanted to do it about, but eventually I've decided to make the channel about vlogs, about not just my daily life, but grocery shopping, grocery hauls, some specific Spain's recipes, like recipes from our sunny country, traditional dishes, just in general how life works here in Spain, not only when you are a tourist, but when you are actually living in our region. And this is why I've already created a new channel, which is called basically the same way as this one. It's Benidorm by Anna, but at the end it has the word vlogs, which is Benidorm by Anna Vlogs. And I would really appreciate if you would start subscribing to that one as well. It would help me a lot, to be honest. And those of you who are really interested to get to know us a little bit better and learn something more about Spain, then that will be definitely your channel as well. Subscribe, give likes, and today there's going to be a new video already published on that channel, so I look forward to see you all in the new one as well. And now let's start with the situation. During the weekend, actually it was quite strange. They've reported more than 32 new cases, although there's nothing to be worried about. We all know that cases will be growing, it's normal. And by the day of yesterday, for one day, for 24 hours, they've reported 15,000 new cases, slightly more, like 15,002 or more or less. The index has grown up until 225 per every 100,000 people, which is also quite a lot. Our president of the government, Pedro Sanchez, has said in the press conference, the official press conference of the government, basically yesterday at night, that he is not planning to create new measures to stop cases from growing. And basically what he said is that they're not going to do another night lockdown, curfew and stuff like that. No, they're not going to limit people's mobility once again, just because they say that our autonomic regions, communities, have enough of power to decide by themselves if they want to put on some more measures or not, or if they want to close restaurants, for example, or close bars, or close the nightlife, as some of the regions already did. But they are not going to do anything more than that, which basically shows us they are basically going the same way as Boris Johnson is. Well, that was like an extreme case. He basically just deleted all the restrictions. But here it's not as much. It's just the president sees that we cannot just escape. We've been escaping the virus for like 2 years, and we cannot do that anymore. It doesn't make any sense, because we're going to escape, then as soon as we're going to have slightly more freedom, we're going to have cases once again. And this is like continuous spiral, without the end. So basically it just doesn't make any sense to do that. We just need to live with it. We just need to accept that it's here, and it's probably going to be here for quite a few years still. And we just need to live our lives, and that's basically it. The more time passes, the more people think like I do. Some of them are still afraid. I would not want to get the virus, to be honest. I had the opportunity to get it when my husband was sick, but I didn't. And I really don't want to get it, but if I do, I mean, it is what it is. You don't have to be afraid or panicking about it. You just have to do your best to be able to stay healthy, drink a lot of vitamin C, take vitamin D as well. Here in Spain, it's not a problem because we have sun shining all day long. So for us it's okay, but in northern countries you need to take the supplement of vitamin D. It's highly recommended. It's not that I'm telling you to take it, no, because I'm not a doctor. I don't know each of your situation, but just saying that a lot of the research says that it's recommended to have higher levels of vitamin D in your body. This is basically what's happening. And in quite a few regions, they've closed already nightlife. In Catalonia, where Barcelona is, they're planning to close the nightlife as well. And in Cantabria, it's been closed already since yesterday. And our Valencian region still does not say anything. They've said they will be checking the cases, and at the end of this week, so probably like Friday, I would say, they would let us know if they're going to input some new measures. But as things go, I don't think it's going to be the case, because they all understand that we need to get our economic situation back, we need to get our jobs back. And they all get that with closing everything once again, with limiting everything once again, it's not going to be possible. So this is our live for the day of today. This is what the situation is. Number of cases are slightly rising, but not as high as it was. So like comparing to the previous week, like the end of the week, cases were growing like this, like very, very steep. And right now they are like this. So they are still growing, but not as chaotic and not as much as before the previous days. So it's a good news. This is basically what's happening today, Wednesday. The next news from Spain is that we have a huge problem. I suppose we're not the only ones, probably. Spain is having a huge problem in the car dealers, like, you know, in the shops where they sell cars. Here in Spain, they're called concesionario. And they don't have any stock at all. And in some cases, people need to wait up until 6 months from the moment that they purchase their new vehicle. They need to wait until they will get it. Why this is happening? I'm sure a lot of you know that there's been a huge problem with the chips, that, not potato chips, but like the electronic chips that are being produced, and they are bought with huge quantities to support the bitcoins and all this like virtual money thingy. I'm not sure on how it works, but I just know that it's related to that. And basically the stock of these chips, they are basically run out of them. And this is why the manufacturing of cars has stopped slightly, and it's very, very low. So people just cannot purchase the new car. Even if they want to, well, they can, but they need to wait 6 months until they'll have it. This is why a lot of people decide in Spain to go to the second-hand option. We have two different parts of the vehicles. So we have brand new vehicles. Then we have vehículos de ocasión, like occasional, which does not mean what it means in English. It just means that these cars have like from 0 kilometers up until 10 or 12,000 more or less. So these are basically almost brand new cars that have a very low like kilometers range. And the other ones are just second-hand cars, which can have from 15,000 up until like 200,000 kilometers. Depends on the car and on the year of the manufacturing. So a lot of people just go to that option basically because they either cannot wait that long or do not wish to wait that long, and they opt for the second or third option. The problem with this is that prices for the cars, they are going up. Due to the lack of stock for new cars, the prices for the second-hand cars are also rising. And for example, if you could like buy BMW X5 of 2009, you could buy it like for 7,000, starting from 7,000 euros. Right now you can buy it like for 8 approximately and higher, depending on kilometers that the car has and like different integrated items in it, like better sound system and stuff like that. So this is basically what's happening. They say that approximately in a few months, maybe maximum in half of a year, the stock should be fine, but who knows what's going to be happening. Right now, this is the real situation about it. The next news is that we have already the first city in Spain that will be zero pollution in terms of public transport. It's in Zaragoza. And they've started to create a project. By the way, they've already have approved, they've been approved for 150 million euros credit that will allow them to purchase 68 new buses, and these will be 100% electric. I'm gonna put you a picture here on how they look like. And basically these buses will be circulating throughout all the city. And what they want to do is that in 10 years they want to reach the 0% emission from the public transport, and by this cleaning the air from the pollution, because in a lot of bigger cities we have a huge problem that the air is very polluted. It's difficult to breathe, and people with asthma, for example, they cannot live like in Madrid, let's say, Madrid capital, because the air is not clean, basically. So it's a good thing. They are starting to do similar things in a lot of different cities in Spain, but Zaragoza is the first one that actually has already the first electric vehicle in the public transport. The next news from our region is a very important one in terms of buying a property, buying a house here. This probably is like the best news for real estate as well. Before, you know that people who are looking like for the house purchase, they know that you need to ask for specific permission to buy a house here in Alicante area. For example, in Orihuela, in Alicante, the areas that are like considered, I would say, how would I call it, like places where they construct new buildings, you know, for example, on the coast of Orihuela in Alicante, like huge communities that basically build new houses or apartments. You need to ask for the permission for the third countries like Russia, for example, Norway as well. This was the biggest problem basically for Russians and for Norwegians, because they were the ones who were buying here properties. UK was in the European Union, so you did not have this problem. But right now, once UK is out of the EU, it was starting to be a huge problem for people who wanted to buy here their property, or maybe like vacational property, or just to stay here throughout all the year. But luckily to us and to all these people, our ministry has approved a new like law that basically cancels the previous one, which means that people who are coming from third countries do not have to ask for the specific permission before they buy a house here in our Alicante region, which is just amazing, because a lot of people, they were stopped by this like a lot of paperwork, bureaucracy. This is why they did not want to buy here. They preferred maybe some other regions, but right now all the real estate is kind of looking forward to start the new campaign of selling, and they think that this is gonna probably help them to increase the sales. Well, we'll see what's gonna be happening. And now, what about the Spanish weather? Well, today was sunny when we just came here. It's right now 9 o'clock and 10-15 minutes approximately. When we came here at 9, the sky was blue as it usually is. Very sunny, very nice. But right now, the clouds from the mountains, they came up towards the sea area, so it's quite cloudy. But it's a lot better, because if not, I would not be able to film here in the early morning, even without some sun hat or without some umbrella, without anything, because the sun is very, very hot right now. And in general, the temperature and the weather is getting better in terms that it's not as hot, it's not as difficult to breathe outside as it was, for example, yesterday. This is what's going to be happening in general in Spain. So here it should not be cloudy right now. I don't know why it is like that, but it shouldn't be. Anyway, they say that after midday, like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, it should be sunny here once again. Actually, only all this part is cloudy. The part of the Mediterranean Sea is sunny. Even on the Benidorm island, there is sunshine right now, but here it's not. Well, what we're gonna do about it. And this kind of situation will maintain up until Thursday. And then all the clouds that were on the north side, slight rain, everything will disappear, and it's gonna be stable weather once again. In terms of temperatures, they decrease in all country, basically because the mass of hot air coming from Africa, it went down towards the Mediterranean Sea and towards the east. So right now we don't have really more of yellow alerts or orange alerts due to high temperature. Everything is quite nice and comfortable temperature to stay outside. It's not cold, but it's also not hot, just perfect weather. In general, here in our area today, in Alicante area and Benidorm, we're gonna be having 31 degrees, which is not bad. Barcelona 27, Cadiz 26, Granada 32, Malaga and Marbella 35. There still you have some part of the hot air mass that still did not go away, but tomorrow it's going to be stable. In Sevilla 34, Madrid 28, Murcia 35, Balearic Islands 32, Canarian 27 and Valencia 31. The water temperature in Benidorm is just amazing. It's approximately of 23.8 degrees and rising up slowly. Today we have some waves in here, but nothing major. It's still very nice and comfy to stay outside. I wish you a very nice day of today, a positive and amazing day. Don't forget to check my new channel, Benidorm by Anna Vlogs. I would be really happy if you would sign up for that one as well. And I'm going to see you tomorrow with a new video from our lovely Benidorm area. Bye, everyone.